There is actually a star in the universe that is older than the universe itself. Can you believe it? This star, codenamed HD 140283. Scientists estimated its age to be 16 billion years. But the universe is only 13.8 billion years old. This is not scientific. Age of the universe falsified. Or is the star cheating? Even more outrageous is that it is currently still a short-lived star, a baby, in the starry sky of Libra. Located 190 light-years away from Earth, there is an abnormal phenomenon of a star that has forced scientists to re-evaluate their understanding of the universe. At first glance, this star is not unusually large, nor unusually bright, and it largely conforms to the widely accepted stellar evolution model. But in the 2000s, this seemingly unremarkable star threw the entire scientific community into chaos. The key point is coming. When astronomers first attempted to determine its age, the resulting number was unexpected. Because HD 140283 is not only ancient, but it's not just ancient and immortal. According to the careful calculations of astronomers, this strange star has an age of 16 billion years. In other words, it is 2 billion years older than the universe itself. I ask you, isn't that outrageous? This is the story of HD 140283. Its more widely known name is Methuselah Star. Anyone who has been to kindergarten knows that around 13.8 billion years ago, about 150 to 200 million years after the Big Bang, the first hydrogen and helium atoms formed. They gathered together to form the first stars. Astronomers call the first generation of stars population tree stars. But scientists have never directly observed what they look like. The general consensus is that they are very large. They are 60 to 300 times the size of the Sun, and it's extremely hot and bright. But they are short-lived, because massive stars have shorter lifespans than smaller ones. This is because the larger the star, the greater the gravity, the stronger the gravitational pull. The higher the core temperature, the more the speed of nuclear reactions increases. Even though large stars have more fuel supply than small stars, but they consume fuel at such a fast rate, so their lifespan is much shorter. The question arises, how did scientists determine the age of HD 140283? Time for some hardcore science. Some massive population tree stars, after undergoing supernova explosions, material back into the universe, releasing the first batch of heavy elements. These heavy elements were created by nucleosynthesis processes inside stars and during supernova explosions. The material from the explosion gave birth to second-generation stars. Unlike their parents, they contain heavy elements, although in much smaller numbers than young first-generation stars like our Sun. Scientists realized as early as the 1950s, through spectral analysis, HD 140283 is an old geezer, because it contains extremely low levels of heavy elements. For example, its iron content is only 0.4% of the Sun, thus inferring HD 140283 formed at a time when heavy elements were not yet abundant in the universe. Scientists used data from the Hipparcos satellite to estimate its age. They reached a baffling conclusion. HD 140283 has existed for 16 billion years. That it is 2 billion years older than the age of the universe. The astronomy community was collectively dumbfounded. Is the age of the universe wrong? Or is the stellar data wrong? After experiencing decades of fierce debate, the Big Bang Theory ultimately won almost the entire scientific community's acceptance. You think this is the end? Even more outrageous things are coming. The James Webb Space Telescope captured this image. A galaxy named JGSC 140. Redshift C is almost equal to 14. Even elementary school kids know that. A higher redshift value indicates that the celestial object is farther from us. It is approximately 33.6 billion light-years away from Earth. It is also the farthest object we have observed in the universe. This galaxy is relatively large. It is about 1,600 light-years wide. Our understanding of the universe suggests that such a large galaxy could not have formed shortly after the Big Bang. Some astronomers believe the universe could be much older. A 2023 study determined the age of the universe, approximately 26.7 billion years. But it has not yet been widely accepted. The star of Methuselah. Could this also prove that the universe is older than we think? The known age of 13.8 billion years has a very important advantage. One is the cosmic microwave background radiation. The second is Hubble's law, which is currently hard to dispute. The vast majority of the scientific community agrees that the universe is indeed 13.8 billion years old. We cannot be completely certain, but we are very close to being certain. So, we are quite confident regarding the age of the universe. We must have gotten the age of the Methuselah Star wrong. Did you notice it? To explain those things that can't be clarified, they use even less explainable explanations to clarify them. I think this might be the essence of science. What else would we be doing? Who knows, one day, it just snaps. The modern cosmic model is wrong. The universe is 26.7 billion years old, year 2013. A group of astronomers from Penn State University is trying to find the answer. Between 2003 and 2011, the legendary Hubble Space Telescope conducted nearly a dozen different observations of the Methuselah Star, used this new, more accurate data, and made some adjustments to the stellar evolution model. The team from Penn State University was able to calculate a more accurate estimate of the star's age. The good news is, the new numbers are lower than those from previous studies. The bad news is that scientists recalculated repeatedly. Even more confusing result, 14.46 billion years. The margin of error is as high as plus or minus 800 million years. So, everybody has been working in vain. Until the year 2021. This figure was adjusted down to 12 billion years. Much younger than the universe. This sounds like it has solved its age problem. It hasn't broken the rules of the universe. It's actually just a very old STA. But what makes scientists question their lives is, it is still a baby now. Currently, it is classified as a subgiant star. HD 14. This is what the Sun will look like in about 5 billion years SUN. But eventually, Methuselah will exhaust all its fuel, shedding its outer layers, transforming into a stellar remnant known as a white dwarf. At that point, it will no longer fuse atoms in its core, but it will continue to glow faintly. About 10 trillion years later, all remaining heat has been radiated into space. It becomes a black dwarf. The Methuselah Star may be very old by today's standards, but because its mass is only 0.8 times that of the Sun, nuclear reactions are extremely slow. It has only consumed 0.1% of its lifespan fuel. If we compare the Methuselah Star to a person, the expected lifespan is about 80 years. Then right now, it is like a newborn baby. Even more impressively, this incredible star has an apparent magnitude of about 7. You don't need the Hubble telescope to see it. It is invisible to the naked eye, but with binoculars, on a clear night, you should be able to spot it from your backyard. If you find it, congratulations. You are looking at one of the oldest stars in the universe. It will be the oldest thing you can see with your own eyes in the universe. So give it a like before you leave.